Okay, Ironwood Gold and Silver community. We're going to show you the 6 most common standard bullion coins of the world. We're going to start with the American Eagle. This is the new design that they started in the year 2021. Then on the front we have Lady Liberty. It's probably my favorite coin to stack because it's the coin of my country, but the premiums are way too high right now. We have the Australia kangaroo. This is the obverse, and the reverse has the kangaroo. Okay, this is the Great Britain Britannia. This is probably the most secure bullion coin in the world because when I flip this over, I want you to check out these security features. Look at that. I mean, you can tell this thing is real just by looking at it. And you see that little circle on the bottom left, that padlock? It goes from a trident to a padlock. There's the padlock right there. See it? Trident, padlock. That is so freaking cool. So yeah, so if you're looking for a coin that has good security features, like when you go to sell this, there's just no denying that it is what it is. Because, I mean, those security features are just probably the best in the world right now. So yeah, other than the American Silver Eagle, there are options. This is probably the cheapest option. The Philharmonic from Austria. It has all of the Philharmonic instruments. Flip it over. The Republic of the Österreich. 1 Unze, fine silver, with a B. Because that's how they say silver in Germany. Silber. The Canadian Silver Maple. And the security feature is that little leaf right here. And if you actually really look close inside of that little leaf, you'll see a 17 for what this is probably a 2017. Yep. And then we have the South African Krugerrand. There we go. There she is. And then on the front we have Mr. Krugerrand. Well, Kruger. A rand is what the money is in South Africa. Let's see here. You see that R1 right there? That means one. Oh, shit. Sorry. I dropped you. Yeah, the R1 right there, that means 1 rand. So these are the most common bullion coins of the world. I mean, there are others, but this is the most mainstream you can get. I don't have any Mexican Libertads because if you think these are expensive, I mean, I'm not in that game to pay that much over spot. I mean, I've even stopped buying these for now just because the prices are too high. And then another option for silver is rounds. I got a couple of rounds here. I usually prefer coins, so I don't have too many rounds. Now, the difference between a coin and a round is coins are minted by governments. Like, these are backed by governments. That's backed by Canada. That's backed by the US. That's backed by Austria. These are private mints. They're not backed by a government. And the biggest difference between... let me see if I can find the best examples. Okay. So You see this coin here? This is the exact design on our Buffalo nickel back in the day. Let me flip it over. See? So here's the difference. Do you see how this one on the bottom, it says $1? That's because this has been minted by the United States government, and they're allowed to put that $1 on there. It does have a face value. Now, when it comes to these private mints, it will not have that. It'll just say 1 troy ounce, 49 fine silver. There won't be like $1 or £1 or $1 or £1. There'll be none of that on there because it was minted by a private mint. It has nothing to do with the government at all. Now, here is the surprising part. You'll pay less of a premium for these, but when it comes to the spot price, all of these are worth the same. So this round right here, since it's 1 ounce of silver, it is worth $25.08. This eagle right here is worth $25.08. It has nothing to do with the face value printed on the coin. It has to do with the weight of the silver. Now, I guess the next question you're going to ask is, if silver is $25.08, why are these coins and rounds costing $29 to $33? And when it comes to the American Silver Eagle, these are almost going for $50 right now. Now, there's no excuse for this $50 craziness, okay? But you know, this is where you have to take responsibility on what you buy. I don't want to pay almost $50 for an ounce of silver, so I'm not buying them. I'm doing what I have to do. But let's get down to the answer of why these cost more than the spot price that we are seeing on the computer screens. Because that is the price for the stock SLV, which is the stock for silver. And if you want to pay $25.08 for silver, then you would have to buy the stock. And if you do that, you don't get to bring the precious metal home with you. And that's where the premiums come in. And that's why I don't mind paying the premiums. I am willing to pay a little bit more to actually get the metal in my hand. Because when you do that, you have taken the metal out of the system. It is in your possession, not in anyone else's possession. And it eliminates all third-party risk. Like when you buy an SLV stock, let's say if they're required to have an ounce of silver in the vault for that stock they sold you, what's to stop them from issuing out 100 stocks on that same ounce of silver? So if something were to happen, you would have 100 people that would have ownership to that 1 ounce of silver, and y'all ain't going to get anything out of that. Now, not necessarily saying that's what would happen, but it's just, I want to pay extra to eliminate all third-party risk, because it would be too easy for these bankers to swindle you like that. I mean, look at all the banking problems going on right now. Like, I think it would just be in human nature for them to, okay, let's say if they wrote a stock for every ounce of silver they had in the vault, why don't we just keep on writing more stocks, even if we don't have enough silver to cover them all? I mean, that just sounds way too tempting and way too accurate of a human nature to, that's probably what's happening. And I don't want anything to do with that. I would just, no thank you, here's the few extra dollars, give me the metal, and I'll take it into my own possession. And that's kind of how I justify paying the premiums myself. It's an extra fee that you'll pay to actually get the metal home into your hands and no one else's. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. All right. Have a good night. It was a good chat.